Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Monday morning. I just came into town, got up early this morning. Dad had to take Mom out to Colorado. We had a cousin that passed away, and so they were headed out there for the funeral. And so yeah, I didn't walk with Dad, but I still went ahead and walked. I got up about 5 this morning, walked, and I took Chuck into town. Charlie, our middle doggy child, our Shih Tzu, into town, and he's only walking on 3 legs for some reason. Something happened to his leg. I'm not sure what happened. It's kind of raw in the crease. He's been licking it, but sometimes that, could mean something inside of it. Then the dog is just sitting there licking it because it hurts inside of it. So hopefully it's nothing major, and he'll get through it. But we'll see. I don't like taking dogs to the vets. I barely go to the hospital or the doctor myself, let alone take my little doggies. But we do take him. We do take him if they get, sick. I took the cat a couple months ago because she was sick. Tracy found her outside. She was mouth open, her tongue was out, barely breathing, and so it turns out she just had a respiratory infection, but it almost knocked her out. So yeah, I thought I'd hop on here this morning. I wasn't going to do a video because I was rushing around trying to get ready to go up to a client to get this credit card thing installed, and then realized, I've got to take Tracy to her chemo treatment. Not really chemo, it's autoimmune therapy. Doesn't make her sick or anything, but they call it chemo. It comes through her IV, or actually her port. They put it through her port, so hopefully that'll go well. Today, she's going to have a busy week. She's going to bake it's like 5,000, 6,000 cookies this week, which some of them are sandwich cookies, so 2 cookies really equals 1. So we're going to help her with that this weekend. Hopefully she'll make some money. That light looks like it's green on my face. It's not really green, but it's throwing off a green cast. Or at least it looks like it in the video. But I thought, the other day, a couple days ago, I talked about depression and anxiety a little bit, and found a friend on Facebook. I don't really know him personally, but he gave an awesome testimony on this little podcast we have in our town called Porch Time, about him growing up, with depression and battling depression, and then using alcohol to try to combat that, which he asked on Facebook if anybody how he'd get started, if anybody'd watch, if he started a live stream or something about depression and things he's gone through, and if anybody would watch. And I told him I would, and I gave him a link to my video, and he watched it and then messaged me and said, man, we have a lot in common. And so we exchanged numbers, and we're going to try to get together this week. Like I said, when you're going through things like that, like depression, or you have anxiety, or whatever, anything else, it always helps to have somebody that's going through the same thing you're going through. It's just comforting. And it helps you get through it. I mean, that's the whole thing through like AA or NA, is just using other people who's going through the same situation, where you're not going to be around, drugs or alcohol. And, that's really, I think, the success of those programs. It's not really what's in that big book, so to call it. It's really the socialization part of it, and the camaraderie and the buddy part of it, that I think really helps people make a success to go through those types of programs. I tried several times, but again, like I said, growing up, I was an introvert. I was introverted. I wasn't very social. Situations really caused anxiety. So yeah, I had social anxiety for years and years, and I mean up until recently, really. And like I said, I would use alcohol to kind of alleviate the situations, to alleviate the pressure. And when I had that in me, I would loosen up. And like I said, the person that I really wanted to be socially came out. And now I've learned, it's probably with age, as you get older and realize things don't really matter. Who gives a crap what people think about you? There's a short 10-15 minute video of this lady. The title of it's kind of salty, the language, because I mean the title of it is The Magic of Not Giving a Freak. And it's not really freak, it's the other F word. And basically you can substitute frick for not caring. And just talks about how you declutter your mind and declutter your schedule and quit doing these things that you don't want to do. You know, not things that you need to do, but don't want to do, but the things that don't really matter. And if you go to them or not. And so it was a really good video. But yeah, just thinking about the way society has changed, especially with social media and how we interact with people, or really the lack of. Charlie, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's all tangled up. Come over here, sir. No, you gotta come back around. Come on. Back. Come on. There you go. There you go. So, couldn't find a leash either. I had to use a telephone cord. So yeah, the basically the lack of a social. And like I said, growing up, I did not like. Sorry about that. A couple people came walking around the corner. I heard me talking to myself. But yeah, growing up, I did not like social situations. I didn't like social interaction, and a lot of times my parents would do it for me, especially some of the hard situations. Well, they were hard when you're a kid and you think they're hard, but they really weren't. There's one time I wanted to quit a baseball team, and my parents made me call the coach, and so I had to. I didn't really like it, and so as my kids were growing up, I forced them into social interaction, whether it be, when they were little at a restaurant, they wanted something extra, after we'd already got our meal or whatever, I would make them go up and order it, and they didn't like it. But afterwards, they realized it wasn't a big deal, and so I tried to push that on my kids, because I didn't want them growing up, especially Ian. He is so much like me that I want him to be able to break out of that early and not have to wait till he's in his mid-30s, early 40s before he realizes things don't really matter so much. And so, I was thinking of, the way technology is now. People can go through life and survive without having any social interaction. You can have your groceries delivered to your house. You can rent movies. Back when I was younger, you had to go down to Mr. Video or Blockbuster or one of those places to actually, and you had to browse around and you had to find your movie. Then you end up getting more movies because you had, rent one, get one free or something like that. Anyway, So situations like that, you don't have to do anymore if you don't want to. And especially with Facebook, you can see, and I'm one of those people, where they are really social on Facebook, but when you come in contact with them, you run into them somewhere, they are the quietest person. And but their posts on Facebook, they talk about anything, and it's kind of strange the way Facebook has changed. It gave people an outlet on, okay, I can be behind this computer screen. No, but I don't have to physically interact with people, and I can say what I want. And so it's kind of strange. It's both good and bad. Like I said, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I haven't figured out Snapchat. I like to be able to scroll through and just look at things and scroll past the ones I want. And Snapchat, at least the way I know, you have to actually click on people's stories to see what they're posting. And Twitter, I haven't got into Twitter yet either. I've got a Twitter account, had one for years, but I haven't used it. I like Facebook, and my kids will say Facebook's for old people. It's only been around 10 years, but I guess that's most of their life. They're 14, 17, 20. So they grew up with Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. And so, yeah, it's crazy how social media has changed the way we can interact with people. Now this live, you can go live on all these things. Tracy she is addicted to this thing. It used to be called Musical.ly, and now it's called TikTok. And it's kind of the same thing. People post videos, little short clips of them doing silly stuff, singing skits. I guess you can go live on it too. People are starting to make more and more podcasts and going live. We got a couple just in our little town in Martinsville of, they do a podcast a couple times a week. And, just so you can interact with the community, it's kind of nice. The Porch Time, they actually have started, they did this last week, they started covering the local high school football game. And they're not filming it, they can't film it as the actual game footage, but they're live during the thing, and they show the scoreboard. It's just cool, you can interact with everybody watching the game. It's kind of hard to watch it while you're there, or listen to it, because there's like a 30-second delay. So you can listen to it, but you're watching the game and you're always 30 seconds ahead or more. So, but I thought that was kind of cool. And so, yeah, that was just thoughts I had this morning. I wasn't going to do a video just because I had so much going on. And I like to do the videos first thing in the morning after my walk, because I'm fresh, I'm not tired. So that may change too, I don't know. But anyway, Monday morning, it's Monday blues. If you don't like your job, you're like, oh God, it's Monday. Yep. Well, a busy day for me. I usually have all kinds of calls coming in, things that messed up over the weekend or whatnot. So, and of course, Dad's out of town. We hired a new gal part-time, Anna. She is awesome. She is going to work out really well for us, and hopefully she'll be able to do a lot of things. So, yeah, as you go into your work week, or if you're a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, whatever life throws at you, just treat other people the way you want to be treated. Do what's right, and keep on keeping on.